Oh, yes. Pale blood. Well, you've come to the right place. Yharnam is the home of blood ministration. You need only unravel its mystery. But where's an outsider like yourself to begin? Easy, with a bit of Yharnam blood of your own. But first, you'll need a contract.
Hey guys, it's your good old buddy KBGiantsfan here with Bloodborne. Now this is a very exciting, part one of a playthrough, in my opinion, because I have not actually defeated this game yet. I have not finished it myself, so this is not going to be like my other previous guides of games in this series. As I kind of go through here and just go through the look of my character, there's not really too much that's important when it comes to this character creation screen, or this, this whole little menu here. Really, the only important thing we need to do is origin. Now, if male or female does have some kind of consequences as to equipment, I don't have a clue about it, so might make things a little more interesting in my opinion. So I'm just kind of going through here and messing around with some of these settings. And getting back to what I was saying, this is not going to be like one of my previous, playthroughs of a game where I actually knew what I was doing. I don't. Okay, I've been through this a little bit, so this is going to be kind of not necessarily a blind walkthrough, because I'm kind of playing the game off on my own with another character and stuff. But this one here is going to be mainly me just picking up the game and playing it, and giving my thoughts, opinions, and strategies as I go forward, and as I see what I see, and figuring out for myself. So, should be a lot of fun, guys. Anyway, this Bloodborne here does have some very cool features to it. And here we go. The origin, which is the important part. Now, I personally am just kind of going through this list, so you guys who may not have the game for yourself are curious onto the statistics that each origin will give you. I'm going to go with Lone Survivor for this playthrough for this character named Axel. I heard some kind of Guns N' Roses song, and I just thought of Axl Rose, or it was either that or Slash, and I was like, nah, Axel sounds better. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Lone Survivor, but you guys got to look-see at those different statistical origins you can start your character with. So that's all that really matters, is go ahead and, if you guys want to pick otherwise, be my guest, but that's what I'm going with. So here's some more to the story of the game.
Good. All signed and sealed. Now, let's begin the transfusion. Oh, don't you worry. Whatever happens, you may think it all a mere bad dream.
Ah, you found yourself a hunter.
Alright, guys, looks like there was some kind of creepy-ass fucking shit going on there, and we have now awoken in some kind of clinic. So here we go. Looks like we have no weapons to speak of, but we have means of attack. So hopefully we're not completely fucking helpless, you know. But to be quite honest, we really are. So it kind of sucks. Right here, we're pretty much helpless. We have no way of defending ourselves whatsoever against. We kind of do, but it's a very feeble attempt to try to attack anything in the state we're at right now. So let's come on over this way, and we're gonna just be really defensive and run. Get away from that fucking wolf. Now those wolves are a real pain in the ass. They will beat the shit out of you in seconds. So come on over here. I'm not worrying about these items because we'll be right back through this area momentarily. What I'm really concerned about is getting through here without getting killed. I mean, it doesn't really matter if we die, but for me, I personally would rather not die. So anyway, I'm being a daredevil. I'm going back and picking up that item, and I'll run down here if looks like the coast is clear. Grab this one as well. Come on back over here and dodge this enemy's attacks. I gotta pull a switch to release a lever, or release a ladder, I should say. Pull a lever, pull a switch to release a ladder, so we can move on to the next area of the game. And fuck, God. Oh well, doesn't really matter too much, but he is climbing the ladder after me. So let's make this quick and come over here and touch this. This will be our means of, these are kind of like checkpoints. We'll be able to use this to transport ourselves to the central hub of the game. As you can see, there was an NPC there, but fuck that. Go ahead and use that little thing to teleport back to the Hunter's Dream central hub area of the game, which is where I just traveled. So, while you are here, for the most part, though, this is where we're going to be upgrading our weapons, where we're going to be purchasing certain things, upgrading our character, not soul levels. We use blood echoes in this game, so we'll be doing a lot of things in this area. This really is kind of the central, like our headquarters, where we come back to when we need to regroup, kind of, get our character ready, store shit we're not using, stuff we may need later, purchase things, upgrade things, repair stuff. So this is where we're going to go to purchase items. This character will come to life at some point here. This doll on my left, she will, at some point here, is going to be coming up. So, a very important part right here is picking a weapon. Now, normally I would go with the saw cleaver, but since we get a weapon very similar to it in the first area of the game, the first main area of the game, I'm going to go ahead and go with the axe here. So, just bear that in mind, guys. Go with whatever you think would be best for you, but the saw cleaver, I believe, is probably the best thing to go with if this is your first time playing through the game. And at this spot here, I'd much rather go with the pistol, just because I think it's much more of an effective weapon, and much more, suits my play style. So, there we go. I got the pistol and the axe. So, go ahead and equip one in your right and left hand, respectively, So, okay, just coming on, kind of gonna come in here and show you guys the basis of what's in this area here. There's just this kind of old man who talks to us about some certain things. This is where we can store stuff, where we can upgrade stuff. That's all in this room here. So just keep this in your mind. We will be entering here quite frequently throughout the course of this game. Excuse me, had to get a sip of something. Got a little bit thirsty, so anyway, from there, go ahead and equip some weapons, get your weapon out in your right hand, get your pistol out in your left hand. And the one thing I will mention about the weapons in this game is each one of them has its standard methods of attack in its standard form. Or you can push the weapon, push the specific button, and then makes our fucking axe a long-ass axe. So each weapon is really two weapons in one. So when you two-hand something, you can bring out that special form of it, in which case is a long-ass axe. So anyway, I will pick up the next video right back at that little clinic area. So peace out.